always imagined that I would have 2 kids. Even back when I was a teenager, anytime this topic would come up, I would say things like, if I'm having 1, I'm having 2. Like, I would never do that to a person. I wouldn't just bring them into the world and then not give them a sibling. And then a long conversation would ensue, and anyone at the table who was an only child would try and defend him or herself and how normal they were. They were defending themselves not just against my snarky comment, but our culture's presumption that only children are spoiled and selfish. Not to mention the delightful connotations that the term only child conjures up. I didn't understand quite how much those only child images had influenced my desires to have more than 1 child until reading this article. And since reading it, I've been taking an informal poll of the only children I know, and have found some shocking results. A lot of them really liked being only children. I've been thinking about this because we have some friends with a son right around Jonah's age, and they're pregnant again. And she's pregnant again. And suddenly my assumption about the 2 children is colliding against the reality that if I really do want 2 children that are 2-ish years apart, which is what my sister and I were, what my partner and his sister were, that means that I need to get pregnant right around now. Really? The one thing I am 100% positive about is that I do not want to be pregnant right now. And I'm not. So, check. When I think about what a second child would mean for myself, my career aspirations, my desire to go to grad school, and my relationship with my partner, I think that I might be done. A month or so ago, I started working again, doing freelance work from home about 10 hours a week, and I'm loving it. Balancing my work time with my Jonah time has made me appreciate and enjoy both of them more. So I wince at the thought of willingly letting that go so that I can volunteer my body to be a baby-making, baby nursing center for another 2+ years, not to mention the fact that Jonah will still be here. And something interesting has been happening now that I've just been trying on that new assumption that our family will be a family of 3. There are certain things that I have had to feel really mournful for. And the biggest one for me is the desire to give birth again. Not necessarily to raise a second child, but to just have that birth experience another time. Along with some of the sadness, there's been a real unexpected delight, which is that I'm appreciating Jonah a lot more because I realize he might be the only baby I ever have. And when I'm rocking him to sleep at night, I sink in a little bit deeper and just appreciate that warm smell and that sweet look he gets on his face when his jaw sort of relaxes and drops back. I have enough. We have enough. Our tiny little place is big enough for our family right now. And that feels awesome. I realize how rare it is that we sit where we are and just realize that we're okay and that we have enough, and to sort of let go of that constant need for expansion and more and bigger and an extra room and more money to make room for the other child, which we might be able to do and we might decide we want to do. But I feel like I've traded all of that tireless motion forward for a really nice, restful feeling that's rooted in the reality of my life right now, which is that I'm the mother of a single child.